All right, y'all, cause get in here so we can talk about this latest episode of Love and Marriage Huntsville. And baby, I ain't never thought I would see the day where I said I'm proud of Marceau. Marceau of all motherfucking people. Before we even get started, make sure y'all like the video, subscribe to the channel, turn your post notifications on, and get down in these comments so we can talk about it. Let's go ahead and get into it, baby. Now, we starting off with the continuation of Nell and the kids talk. They telling her that she need therapy, and they not talking about family therapy. They like, baby, you need to go talk to somebody without us, okay? Nell fired up. Nell like, I don't need no damn therapy. What I need is my money back. Y'all need to pay me my money. That's what I need. I don't need no therapy. Nell, I beg to differ that you don't need no therapy, boo-boo. You could just tell by the way you blow up and go off on them. And you could say stuff like, oh, well, every time I tell y'all something and I'm preaching to y'all, y'all end up coming back to me and then I have to say I told you so. That doesn't matter. It still is to be known that you're not listening to them when they coming to you in the first place because you so ready to say I told you so. And that's what they trying to tell you. That's why they want you to go to therapy, to try to listen to them. She basically reluctantly agreed to go. Well, they all agree to go as a family. And that's going to come up later in the episode. Marceau meets with Marques, Tricia's not ex-husband, but husband. And see, this is the conversation that we've been needing to see the other side of the story. Because all we've been hearing is Tricia with this drawn out story. But it comes to find out she ain't telling a lie. She is telling the complete truth. Because bruh came and basically confirmed everything she said. They link up at Black. And he immediately apologized for getting into it with Ken at an event. I guess it was at Black. I'm thinking that's what he said. But apparently they were at some event and him and Ken got into it or whatever. And this man is so fucking delusional. It's not even funny. He opens up and tells Marceau, because Marceau just going to ask the question. Like, what's going on? What happened? He tells the man, you know, Tricia was going through a lot emotionally and I abandoned her emotionally. I wasn't there for her when she lost her parents or her sister. I wasn't there. And then I left the family. I left the house and I moved to Atlanta. Listen to what the fuck you just said. You left your home, your marriage home, and moved from Alabama to Atlanta. And now you have the audacity to be mad because your wife has moved on and there is another man stepping up and being a good father to your kids. Okay? He keeps on talking about how the daughter don't want to see him and the daughter don't like him, and he feels like it's because of shit that Tricia is putting in the daughter's head about Ken being a better dad to her than him. And Marceau clocked it immediately. Marceau is like, you don't think you did that by leaving the house, bruh? And dude is sitting up really delusional as fuck like, no, I don't think so. Like, bruh, you left the house, okay? You cannot fully be the father that you were living inside of the household with a child when you move states and you are away from this child. You go from seeing them every single day to not seeing them, but maybe on the weekends, every other weekends. I don't know how often you see the kids or whatever. That ain't came up, how often she lets him see the children or nothing. But you ain't doing the same for them that you were when you were living in the same household with them. And that's the fact. That's the point that Marceau was saying. You know, Ken lived with her, and Ken is actually a great guy. It seems like you're mad because you fumbled something. You fucked up your marriage, and now you're regretting it because now you see that the effects of that have trickled down to your kids. They have trickled not only from Tricia, but to Ken. Like, everybody is, you know, basically moving on because you put them in that position, and now you mad about it. You get what I'm saying? That's absolutely crazy to me. But I am so glad that this is the kind of conversations that I hope men everywhere are having with other men, and not just condoning the bullshit that they be motherfucking doing. Yeah, bro, that's your baby, feel me? It's your kids, fuck that nigga. No, Marceau's like, what would you rather? Would you rather her have a man that didn't do nothing for her kids? And this motherfucker really gonna say, yeah, if the kids come to him about something, he would rather Ken tell them, call your daddy. Are you serious right now? Are you serious right now? You actually mad that they mother moved on and met a man that cared for your children like he was like they were his own, and you mad, you want him to be in the household and be a deadbeat and not have no kind of fucking relationship with these kids, all because you're the daddy, but you're the one that chose to leave. Make it make sense, Marques. Make it make sense, dog. It don't. Marques, Quez, whatever the fuck your name is. It don't even matter, because you talking nonsense, honestly. But like I said, I ain't never been prouder of Marceau for digging off in this man's ass, and he did not spur him at all. He gave that man hell ever since he walked in them doors and sat down, as he should, because somebody needed to tell him that what the hell he's expecting and the shit that he's thinking is supposed to happen is totally, it's not logical. It's not logical unless you want her to be with a deadbeat, and you want her to be with a guy that is just in the house living with her and ignoring her kids. Come on now. Come on now. Now, anyway, Nell goes to visit Mel. She's telling her basically about the kids, and she says that they turned on her. Mel like, what? How they turn on you, Nell? And Nell like, they told me I need counseling. And Mel is kind of just like, oh, okay. Well, you don't think it was like no validity in that? And Nell looking kind of like, oh, ain't this a bitch? Yeah, Nell. Everybody see it but you, baby. Which is okay, because it's hard to see stuff that's going on within yourself when it is going on within yourself. You feel me? So Mel is basically like, well, I just think it's hard for you to control your emotions. And I think that, that's not a bad thing, Mel say it to you and you find a way to accept that. You know what I'm saying? But them children saying it to you, you want to fight them tooth and nail on how you don't need counseling. See what they saying? But basically, Mel didn't let you up off of that. Mel told you your emotions are out of control, and maybe it is time that you go and talk to somebody, and hopefully you do, which you did. Y'all called Dr. Francis. I guess they got Dr. Francis on payroll with because he the only therapist they use, baby. So they all prepping for the therapy session. Nell making little food or whatever. The kids all come over there. And they all sit down. Nell wants this therapy session to strictly be about setting financial boundaries, right? But Dr. Francis come in and he like, nah, he going over other shit. Like, do y'all feel heard? He asking the children, do y'all feel heard by your mother? All that. Nell over there getting tight. That's another reason why you need therapy. Because you mad, you starting to show your true feelings that this ain't really what you came to talk about. You came to talk about what you had on your agenda, and that was it. You don't really give a fuck about no before work, no after work, no none of that. You wanted to be basically stuck on the money. And they telling you they got a whole lot of other issues. Now, that could also go both ways, because Nell could also get frustrated that every time here I come and talk to y'all about the money, then y'all start talking to me about how I'm making y'all feel and how y'all ain't, feeling heard and all that shit. And I could look at that. She could look at that as y'all diverting. Y'all deflecting. That's the word. Y'all really don't want to talk about what she's coming to talk about. So she's not feeling heard either, because y'all want to deflect and put it on what y'all not feeling heard when she's clearly telling y'all are borrowing too much fucking money at this point and it's time for this shit to stop. Okay? So the kids are telling her, telling her in each their own ways how they feel. Dr. Francis asked her to get up and basically say a few words to each of the children. I feel like, no, he tells her to say what she's proud of them of and what she admires about them. And really all Nell did was went down the line and told each of them she loved them. She really didn't say one thing or another on what she was proud of, what she admired about them. She didn't really do what he asked her to do. However, she gave them some positive words. She just was like, I love you, and I see you, and I hear you. That's basically what she regurgitated to every child that she went down the line on. I see you, I love you, I'm proud of you, and I hear you. And, it's kind of like that's even a generic answer. How do you want them to all respond seeing that you answer all of them in the same exact way? You know what I'm saying? It kind of feel like you didn't even put no thought into what the man asked you to say to them. You just said you love them and you hear them. And it translates to you love them, but you really ain't listening to them. You just want your money back. So anyway, we're going to leave y'all right there and we're going to pray that y'all continue this therapy and get y'all family back on track. Now, Tricia meets with Marques, and they start talking about the divorce. Here he come, as if Marceau didn't just get off in your ass about how stupid you sound. You actually had the audacity to pull up and start talking that same bullshit to Tricia. You telling her, well, hold on, let me bike up. You first start telling her that you feel away because she fell in love with the gym and that's where she met Ken. And she used to say stuff like she loved chocolate and she loved muscles and all of this. And really that's the whole shit and shebang. Sir, get your ass in the gym. How about that? Maybe if you motherfucking bulk up, you won't be so intimidated by this other man, okay? Especially when you are the one that left your fucking family. How dare you say anything on what she chooses to do moving forward after you moved states, got up, and left your fucking family? It's really nothing else to say. Honestly, it's really nothing else to say on your part. Yet, here you come saying some more bullshit. You claim that you got a problem with him living with her and being around the kids so much. And she's basically just saying the same thing Marceau said. Like, what do you expect? What would you prefer? You know what I'm saying? What in the fuck kind of position would you prefer me to put the kids in? And I love when she told you, I want you to call your daughter and have a conversation with her. And she'll tell you why she hasn't been talking to you. That says a whole lot in itself. That also says that you ain't been talking to the children like you should. Which is what I said earlier. If you move in states and shit, you are not there for them kids like you were when you were living in the same state and in the same house. You aren't. Come on now. That's why you got all this fucking racked up ass guilt. Go ahead, Tricia. I love that because that puts that shit right back on him. If you had been talking regularly to your daughter, it probably wouldn't even be no situation to where she's feeling away or she's stopping speaking to you. But we are seeing now that she has not been speaking to you for whatever reason. Her mother knows it. Ken probably know it too. I bet you mad about that. Ken probably know why the hell she ain't speaking to you too. And you sitting up blaming all this shit on Tricia, the woman that you left in the household with y'all kids. It's really crazy to me. I don't understand it. I do understand him saying that he would like to just have a conversation with Ken and see where Ken head at. Now, I get that. But I feel like it don't even matter at this point because it's been so long. The girl said she's been living with the man for like 2 years now. So I just feel like it's past the time frame where you need to be worried about sitting down, having a conversation with him, especially if you see that he is treating your kids right. He's not treating Tricia no type of way. And all of them love him. Like, what in the fuck do you need to sit down and talk to him about? What is it that y'all need to talk about? Because I feel like it ain't gonna do nothing but end in shambles, for real. You're gonna get mad about something because you keep hanging on to the past. You're gonna bring up something. You keep on throwing it in her face saying shit like, one time he texted your phone and he said, yeah, you need to check your bitch about that. And she like, oh, he did. He said that? Now, Tricia, I don't know if I can believe you wholeheartedly either for saying that you wasn't messing with Ken before y'all got, separated or whatever the fuck happened. Because we now just found out that you was over there playing lickety split with Martell. So, I don't know now. You could have been throwing Ken a little bit of something if you was going through it with your relationship. But hell, if he done already found that and y'all done already went through that, y'all done already talked about that shit and y'all already separate at this fucking time, that don't matter. I don't feel like that really fucking matters. All it is that this man is mad. He's intimidated by Ken in every way. The fact that his physique is what it is. The fact that the type of man he is. Taking your kids on trips, having a great time with them. He loves them is what it is showing. It's giving. And you can't take that. But you caused it. Ooh, what a tangle where we weave, baby. That's what I'm saying. Now, before he left, they say that they want to go ahead and finalize this divorce. And the man asked her for half on the filing fee. Tricia, go on, give him the money. But she did one better, baby. What she said, Ken will pay for it. And he will. You know he will. All you got to do is tell Ken you need that money right now. It's real funny. And he going to give you that motherfucking money because Ken really wants you divorced from him anyway. He don't got time to keep on playing with these games. And honestly, after figuring out what kind of man Ken is, I don't want you to keep playing these games with him either. Like, that's a good man, Savannah. You need to really keep him, for real. That man love your kids. That man love you. He waiting on you. Hopefully him finding out that you and Martell used to creep. Yeah. Ain't gonna turn him away. Hopefully, what we gonna see as the episodes play, y'all let me know what y'all thought about the episode. How y'all feel about this motherfucking Marques coming out with this bullshit he's spitting out? Make sure y'all like the video, subscribe to the channel, turn your post notifications on so y'all don't miss nothing, because y'all already know I'm gonna be back with the next one.